guys, I've been wanting to tell you for the longest time, as a content creator, I always try to keep personal stuff, you know, my personal life and my YouTube for separate, because I feel like there's no need for unwanted things, and certain things should be spilled out over the internet. And particularly when it comes to my health, I don't like to get too much into it, because I like to present myself in a manner that doesn't, you know, worry people, in a manner that doesn't frighten people. And I just try to do what I can to entertain you guys, because that's all I want to do is entertain you guys. But unfortunately, it's been very hard to keep up those kind of appearances for you guys. It's been really hard to basically to keep it 100 with you, like lie and pretend like there's nothing wrong with me. And that's what I've been doing for this, you know, this last week since being out of the hospital, is just been faking my appearance and leading on that I'm healthier than I really am. And this morning I kind of scared myself when I was waking up and my vision was getting slightly blurred, and my balance was so bad that I fell over, and it took me a while to get up, and it scared me a bit. It really did. And I'm starting to realize just how bad my condition is starting to get. Now, I won't say it's not to the point where I was when I went to the hospital. Thank God I'm not to that level. You know, I don't think I'm there yet, but I'm practically on the verge of that, and I can't go back to the hospital. I don't want to go back to the hospital because it was mentally draining to be poked with so many needles, to be given half truths by the doctors who only wanted me to use what they wanted. Even if they were right, they didn't have my best health at hand. And what they cared about is getting paid. You know, it is what it is. It's a hospital. But at the same time, I can't say they were wrong in what was going on with me. And you know, when I came back, I just wanted to get back to work for you guys. I just wanted to get back to making content with you guys. You know, I'm finally happy I got that Lucifer Would You Rather coming out. That'll be ready tomorrow for you guys. But you know, it's getting to the point where I can't do my work. I can't edit. I can barely live stream. You know, I couldn't even last as long as I did, you know, when I did the RE8 live stream. I couldn't even go on for that long. Now it's starting to affect how I eat, and I can't keep food down. I've been drinking nothing but water, and water's starting to make me vomit. I can't focus like I normally do. You know, when I walk around the house, I'm not saying I'm in pain, but my body feels very off. I don't move the way I used to, is what I'm saying. You feel very weak, and you just feel off balance. I sleep on the floor. You're not supposed to sleep on the floor. I have a bed on the floor, and I sleep that way, and I have sleep apnea, so it's not a good place for me to be sleeping. So when I wake up, my mouth is constantly dry. My mouth is dry throughout the whole day, and I have to drink water. And as I just told you, water is just not doing it for me. You know, previously I could eat food. Now I'm struggling to keep food down, and that's what's starting to scare me a little bit, because before I went to the doctor, I could at least eat food. Now I'm scared I might throw it up if I consume it, and that's been my biggest issue right now. And I'm trying to just trying to cope with everything, and I'm trying to, you know, I try to get as much rest as possible, but rest isn't really viable too, because like I said, I'm not sleeping in a way that's healthy for me. You know, I'm not sleeping right, so rest would be kind of irrelevant at this point. I try to sleep in like a recliner, and like, you know, a recliner chair. That's kind of better because it elevates you. And I wake up, I constantly have to hydrate myself. I have to hydrate myself throughout the whole day. And I'm sick of eating food. I'm sick of drinking water, and it's been messing with me mentally, because I just can't focus throughout the day. I'm constantly worried about what's going on with my body, you know, and that's my main issue. So that's my honest truth, and because you guys have always been really cool with me. Like when I was in the hospital, you guys had my back, you know, with all your, you know, you wishing me well. You guys giving me more support than my family, honestly. Not to say that I haven't had, you know, other than my mother and my dad and my aunt. And then I have to constantly, with COVID being a thing now, which also has me worried, I have to worry about that as well, because I have people that come in and out of this house that shouldn't be here, because I don't know where they've been. We recently found out that some members of my family has contracted COVID, and they were in this house. My nephews, I can't see now. If you guys were in CL's server, you might have seen my nephew. I can't see him now, you know, because kids can contract it as well, and I'm not in the best shape to handle COVID. If I get COVID, I gotta be honest with you, I don't think I'm gonna make it. My body is not in the best shape now, and if I contract COVID, I'm done for. I honestly believe I'm done for if I get COVID. I'm being 100% honest. My body is not equipped to handle COVID, and so I'm staying away from everybody. Aside from my parents, I'm just kind of staying away from everybody. I can't be around my own nephew, which is sad, because I love my nephews very, very much, but they're around people. My nephews are around their mothers who don't know what they're doing, and they're around people who could potentially give it to them. And then if they're around me, they unintentionally might give it to me. So I can't even be around my own my own nephews. My mouth is constantly dry. It's sour. I always have this sour taste in my mouth. And no matter what I do, it stays that way. And yeah, I think I've just been kind of living with the stress of all this. It's been at the forefront of my mind, because I can't focus on making content. That's just how bad it's getting. It's why I want to get out of this situation so badly. It's one of the main reasons why I want to go to Minnesota and just put everything behind me, and just put myself in an environment that I'm comfortable with, so I don't have to worry too much about, you know, my family. Because I'll be, as much as I hate to say it, getting away is the best viable option for me. Not that I, you know, don't want to be around my family, but I can't take any risks. Not with my current health. I can't take risks. Taking time off won't do anything. It would just exasperate the situation, because all I ever wanted to do is just make content, and I can't do the one thing that I'm actually happy to do. Like, I don't want to take breaks. I took enough breaks when I was in that hospital. You guys don't know how much I hated being in that hospital, getting shots. Mentally, it was stressful and draining. And like I said, all I wanted to do was just get back to work. That's what I want to do. It's kind of like my escape, you know, because I'm happy to do it. Otherwise, I just sit around and do nothing. But, you know, I had to put up a lot of appearances for you guys, like, you know, when I was playing with CL or any of the live streams that I've done, and just act like nothing's wrong when something clearly is. And I don't know, I'm mind-boggling here. I'm just trying to relax. My mom's already set up doctor's appointments, so don't worry about that. We're trying to get this figured out. I'm going to a personal health physician to help me alleviate these things, and it's just the waiting and the more I wait, the worse my condition become, because I am relapsing to how I was before I went to the hospital. And that's what I hate the most, is that it's slowly but surely happening over this last week. And I'm not going back to that hospital. If anything, I'll go to a different one, maybe get a second opinion. But it's gotten me it's got my head kind of mixed up. So I contemplated on whether or not I wanted to tell you guys this, but I feel like you guys have been cool with me. I'm not going to tell you my medical history because that's private, but I feel like, you know, you guys have been really cool with me. You've been very supportive, nothing but supportive, which I thank all of you for doing. So I feel like I should probably tell you this, so you don't wonder what happens to me in the future if I don't start uploading, or if I don't, God forbid, what happens to me, you know. I just want to let you know where I'm at right now, and that I'm not doing good. And I didn't want to do this, to be honest with you, because I like you guys to see me at my best and not at my worst. But I figured you guys deserve to know. And this is all I can do. I'm gonna keep focusing on trying to reach my goals so I can do the things I need to do. And I'm gonna try my best to put content out for you guys. You know, resting just doesn't do it for me, and drinking water sucks. God, I've drunk water for the last 3 weeks, and I've drunk so much water it's made me throw up. Thank you, Not Reality, and Silent D Production for the donations. It does help out. But like I said, I'm not. But I'm also here to tell you, I'm not gonna let this like get to me too much. I'm not gonna let this get to me too much. I just needed to get it off my chest, because thank you, Pyromatic and Blaze, Crossley, all you guys. Excuse me. 1 second, please. Anyway, if you have any questions, I'm willing to answer them. Go ahead, Pyro. Feel free to ask. I'll answer when I'm able to answer. Why is a raven like a writing desk? I don't know. No, I appreciate that. I don't need a hug or anything like that. I'm just dealing with it, that's all. I think that's all we all can do when we have stuff going on that we can't really control right now. So, Caboose, that's not helping me. Resting doesn't do shit. Like, I'm being honest with you, resting is done more harm to me than good. My body doesn't rest right. That's why I don't rest. I hear you, reality. I hear you. You know, I did read it. I just didn't read it out loud. But I did read your message. But no, guys, resting doesn't do it for me. I'm not. With how I've been resting, it's actually done worse to my body than good, because I sleep on the floor, you know? It's not helping. If anything, it's done more. To rest, you would need to be in a comfortable position to sleep. I'm not. I actually hate the fact when I go to sleep, because it does not help me. When I get up, I feel worse than usual. Thank you, Sound Productions. I appreciate the positive vibes that you guys are giving. I'm not worried about it, reality. I know we're gonna hit the goal. I appreciate that, but I'm not worried about it too much. As I said, I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna do what I can to just alleviate the issues that I'm having. I've been eating healthy, like the doctor suggested. You know, I've drunk nothing but water, and I'm eating fruit, vegetables. You know, I've done what they've asked, and I still get this. There's just something within my body that's tearing me apart, so I have to go to the doctor and you know, a real health physician, not a nurse, a real health physician to get me you know. Thank you, thank you, later for gifting. And hi, how you doing? Tokina Chi? I hope I said your name right. I'm not the best when it comes to names, so I apologize if I said your name wrong. Thank you, Bladera. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry about that. I do that sometimes. Sorry. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright. Yeah, my asthma. It's my asthma. I guess, like, since I have been coughing more than usual. I usually don't cough as much as I used to because my asthma, it's usually under control, but since this has been going on, it's kind of been affecting my asthma a little bit. So, thank you for your crash. But yeah, I just take my pump, my inhaler, and I'll be okay with that. I'm not worried about my asthma. It just happens. But it's fine, you know. I just get like that sometimes. It's not fun, but it's not the highest priority I'm dealing with right now. So I'm just... so don't worry about that. Like breathing techniques help out. Again, I usually rarely cough anymore. That's how controlled my asthma is. It's just with this stuff going on, it's been affecting me. You know, we live in a hot, insulated apartment. That doesn't help. Me sleeping on the floor does not help me. Basically, I'm in a bad situation where I have a sick body and I live under bad conditions. It's a bad combination. That's just the way it is, you know. I just live in I'm in a bad living condition, and I have a sick body that can't handle it. So, with all that going on, it's just these things happen, and I can't really do much about it. I'm trying to do something about it, you know, hence the donation goal, hence why I'm trying to get better health care, get into a better environment, so I can, you know, improve myself, improve my body. Thank you for the videos later. But no, it's just, you know, it's just how it is. Do I have any medication? I used to. What happened was, I don't know if you would know about this, Parker, but when I went to move with CL, I kind of kiboshed my medical, because you can't have medical when you go out to a different state. So I ended up getting rid of it, and then coming back, when I came back, they kind of gave me a default Medicare, but I never saw a doctor because I wasn't thinking. This is on me, and I want to say this is on me, if anything. When I came back, I was under the axiom that I wasn't going to stay in this area for very long, so I didn't think too hard about getting the proper medical care that was going to take care of me, because I figured, you know, this is only temporary, and it's not like I was going anywhere, so I didn't think I was going to need it. 1 year later, go figure, right? 1 year later, this happens, and I don't even know who my doctor is because I never saw them, so I can't even determine. I can't even go see them because I don't know who they are, and that's become a problem. So now we're trying to figure out ways to find out who my health physician is, so I can get to them and they can, you know, run these tests on my body and see what's going on, and then offer me the proper medical advice that I need to keep me, you know, to get me back to normal. No, I don't have cancer. No, it's not that serious. Thank God, it's not that serious. No, don't worry about it, Blaze. Like I said, you don't worry about that. I'm appreciative for all I got. I'm appreciative that, you know, for all the help that I've got. No, you're not coming up today. You're not coming up today. Stay in my belly. Stay in my belly. I'm streaming. I ain't got time for this stomach. Don't you mess with me. I barely ate anything. All right. Now's not the time. Whew. You know, your stomach just wants to make you vomit, and I didn't even eat anything today, and my stomach feels like it wants to vomit. I hate my stomach. Abridged, do you think voice acting is a good job for teens? Because I'm starting to voice act and I wanted to know. What do you think? Yeah. I think that's great. I think voice acting is great. If you have a passion for it, go for it. Especially starting out when you're so young. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, QQ, but only some of those names that you've mentioned give an actual shit about me. I'm not gonna say which, but a lot of them could care less about me. Unfortunately. Not to start drama or anything, but I'll tell you right now, coming from me, QQ, that only a handful of those names that you mentioned really care about me, and the rest can give two fiddly fucks about me, which is fine. No, I really don't care, but that's just the way it is. You might be right, Jinxie. Like, and I don't know, cause it's not as bad. I'll tell you this much: it's not as bad as when I went to the hospital. It's not. It hasn't gotten to that point, but it's just a tier below that I've been dealing with. Well, no, that's the thing, Ryukami. I can't vomit. I'm still stuck in that stupid realm of my body wants to vomit. The only thing I've ever vomited was water, but everything else, or what I eat, it doesn't want to let me vomit. And I feel like it would help, though I have a small fibula, so I hate vomiting because it really hurts to vomit. Ugh. I don't know how anorexic people can do that, but it really hurts when I vomit, so I'm glad I can't, but still, I feel like it would help. I don't know. What can I say at this point, you know? It's just... It's just a battle at this point, and I feel you, Ryukami. I feel you on that, bro. But it's just I won't go into my sickness because honestly, I couldn't tell you what I got. I don't know. I honestly don't know because I haven't been properly diagnosed personally. When I see a real personal doctor, they'll tell me what I got. I don't have an answer for you guys. I wish I had the answer. So, because if I knew what I had, I'd take the proper steps to, take care of me. I just don't. I don't know. But it's not good. I'll tell you that much. No, it's definitely not COVID. I don't have chest pains. I had chest pains once. Well, I guess I'll share this story. I might as well share you this story, but basically, so I had a little hiccup in my whole diet thing. I will say this is after the Lady Dimitrescu thing, when we were playing and live streaming the RE8. And again, this comes back on me. I'm not making any excuses. This is just my fuck up. This is my bad. But I hadn't eaten all that day when I did that live stream. And as you know, it was getting pretty late at that time, so I ate late at night, which I'm not supposed to do. I'm not supposed to eat late at night, but I did. I had some spicy food and and I ate, and basically No, I don't have Crohn's because I can eat meat. I can eat meat, but basically I ate some spicy food. I had some milk. I had some water. I didn't have milk. I had some water, and I went to bed. I kept tossing and turning because of my sleep apnea, and I woke up in the middle of the night and my lungs were clogged. My throat and chest were just clogged, and whenever I would try to breathe, it's like this hiccup. It's like this air trying to escape, blocking my airwaves. So every time I tried to breathe out, it wouldn't. No, I couldn't get any air. I could not breathe, and it was the scary. It's only the second time this has happened to me. The first time was at Mizbin's house, but this was something I hated. It was the worst. It's the worst way to not breathe. Luckily, like I said, I knew what to do. I breathed through I kept breathing through my nose, and it was like this for a whole minute. You know, my body went into flight mode, and I went straight to the kitchen to try and get some water to block whatever came. Luckily, it stopped. My lungs drained from all the spicy foods. It drained out. Scared the living daylight out of me because I could have died. But ever since then, my chest. This goes back to why I was so in bad shape on CL's channel. I was in such bad shape because my chest was hurting, and it kept hurting. I kept wheezing throughout the whole day. And that was something I did not need in my life, was my chest wheezing on top of it. It just added more to my problems, and that's my fault because I didn't, you know, I shouldn't have ate that night. I should have just had some water or had a light snack and went to bed, but I didn't. So yeah, I had a bad chest for about 2 days. Hence, when I went on to CL's channel, I didn't talk so much, and I just wasn't in the right shape, and I apologize for that. I wasn't expecting that to happen. So yeah, I don't eat after like 8 or 9. True, Ryukami. True, and I didn't want to say anything. I kept that to myself because I didn't feel it was gonna be too bad, and I've gotten over it now. My chest is fine. It's actually going pretty strong. That's the one thing I'm grateful for, is that my chest and lungs are really good now. That's the one thing I can say about my body right now that hasn't been affected by this is my lung capacity, because I already have asthma and sleep apnea. The last thing I need is bad lungs, and if I get COVID, then that's a wrap. So I stay away from everybody. I don't know where people have been, I don't know where people have been, so do I still have my taste and smell? Oh, yeah. I still have my taste and smell. Don't you worry about that. I can smell really good. I can taste okay. I have a sour taste every now and then. I don't have it now. My mouth just gets really dry. I have severe dry mouth. Unfortunately, and I drink, which causes me to drink a lot of water, which is the most annoying part. I'm not attaining enough saliva to keep my mouth moist. My mouth isn't moist enough, so I have to basically drink water. It's just how it is right now, and you can't do anything about it. It's constantly just giving me issues, and I hate drinking water. I'm not sick of, well, actually, I'm sick of water. Just to keep it 100 with you, water. I just hate it so much. And like I said, I wouldn't I'm not against going to the doctors. I just wish I have to see my personal health physician, because you know, that's just what it comes down to, is that when I went to the hospital, and I know this is just part of the job, but it's such a stupid thing. This is something me and my mom kind of argued over, but we came to that agreement, is that the hospitals will only give you what your insurance allows it. They'll only give you the proper medical procedure that is conducive to what kind of health plan you have. Or as I wanted to get things that I can buy on my own for my own sake of health, and my mom was smart, and I agree with her on this. Let them diagnose you and then buy your own stuff, like buy your own medical things that you can afford, because they're only going to offer you things that is conducive to your insurance. And I don't have the best insurance. I have like the standard insurance. So what they offer me, is the needle procedure. You guys know I'm like Goku. I don't like needles. I don't like needles, and I even if it's for my health, I would never do them. I got used to taking like their insulin, and I just did that so they'd let me out of the hospital. I had no intention of taking it, because there were so many better alternatives that I could have done, and they wouldn't offer it to me because they don't get paid that way. They don't get paid for me buying my own stuff, and I get that. You gotta get paid somehow, but guys, I had 60 needles. You guys have no idea how much it sucked to get 60 needles. I counted how much they gave me shots, whether it was checking for my blood, pricking me in the middle of the night, making me poke myself. It was absolute torture on a mental level. I still have the scars from the IVs that they put in me, and the fact that they wouldn't let me go 3 days after I felt better, like after I physically felt better, and I was well enough, and I felt back to normal. They wouldn't let me leave because the nurses weren't doing their job and reporting my habits. How well my blood was doing. They weren't reporting everything right. So the doctor kept saying that I'm in bad shape, and they want to keep me overnight and have me do tests. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? I feel fine. I just wish. This hospital, like the nurses were, and I'm not trying to blame the nurses. The nurses were sweethearts. But they weren't doing their job correctly in reporting. They were taking care of me. I have no issues with that. They just weren't reporting to the doctor like they should have on my status. And that told me all I need to do about this hospital. It's like, is nobody not doing, it's like they're half-assing everything. They'll do some things right, and then they'll screw other things up. And I think the worst needles was the taking of the blood. They took my blood. I'd say 10 to 13 times they took my blood. Whether I was asleep, it was like every couple of hours they would come to take my blood, and they'd use the butterfly needle. You guys know the butterfly needle. Trying to stick it in my vein, but they couldn't find my vein, so they kept going all around my arm, and it sucked because I hate when people draw blood. That stuff feels weird and it hurts. I got used to it, but that didn't make it any less painful. Honestly, the needle pricking was oh, that's sweet of you, Storm. That's very sweet of you, Storm. I appreciate that. It should show up on my sorry guys, stomach issues. Sorry. Stomach. Okay. So yeah, where were we? Oh, that's cool. Tsunami, if they're releasing that. I'm not worried about Outlast right now. That's the last thing on my mind right now. I'm good. I just want to get back to how I used to be. You know? I guess all I can ask is if for those out there who are able to, and I mean this, for like, again, don't you dare donate to me if you're not in a good financial position, because I can't have you do that to yourselves. But for those who are able to, who are well off and they're financially stable, if you are able to help me out and help me get to my goal, I just know that it is for medical reasons, and I just want to get back to how I was so I can do what I do best and entertain you guys. And I don't care what it takes, what I have to do to get to my goal so I can get the hell out of here. I'll do it, you know. I'll play whatever game you want me to play, react to whatever you want me to react to. But I'm gonna reach my goal. I'm trying to get out of here by the end of the month. So if you're able to, please donate what you can, if you are able. And it's for a good I'll end the stream. I'm out. I'm sorry. It's too much right now. It's too much. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll take it. Guys. I'm gonna get down for a little bit. And chill. I'll send you guys to whiskey and sorry I can't use too much. I'll drink some water. So, I'm sorry, guys. But thank you for joining me for this live stream. I'll send you guys there. You guys have a nice day. I love you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Promise.